All right, hello everyone. So this is Friday. I've put the Astro Hours already onto the website for the members area. Now this is what we're looking at. Now gold yesterday was Thursday and it was a possible swing day. So selling the highs was good. If you did that, great. I also mentioned yesterday that there was going to be a possible breakout here, so that this 340 was not very safe as a reversal. Okay, I said I was expecting volatility, and this is the 340, which is about here, 245 round here. Okay, so this was an Astro hour, and I said this zone could break because of this volatility, and it certainly did. Okay, once it broke down, it came all the way down into that zone there. So selling the highs was good, and yesterday these high levels were actually pretty good for the market to be selling off. Okay, so if you did that, great. I also did an intraday trade here on the way up, which covered the trade. So there was a buy here, which went up, which covered the trade, took profit, and a second one on the retracement, covered the trade, but got stopped out afterwards on the second one. But that was still all good. Yesterday was actually quite nice because I sold the top as well there. So that was pretty good in the morning. Rightio. So let's take a look. And when I did the video yesterday, that trade was actually open because that was the Astro hour. So I took the trade. It was a tight stop loss. And I talked about the squaring out as well. And Thursday being a swing day, that worked out really nicely. Okay, so overall, that was a pretty nice day for gold. And 2 days ago as well, you could have, on Thursday, that was Thursday. This Wednesday, you could have had that. And on Tuesday as well, if you went in with us, I also showed how to trade the top and the bottom on Tuesday as well. So you could have sold it there and bought there and just pretty much followed it up, because remember we had that level where the market I thought could still square out, which happened. Now today's also a swing day for gold, so we want to buy the low, and if we come up to a high, we'd like to sell as well. And the important thing here is to do it technically as well, so we get a good grip on things. Now on the daily, as you can see, this is nice. It's a nice bearish bar. If we go back up to a retracement, then from the top to the low, it's going to be from here to, I think, there. Okay, that should bring us, if we want to sell, we want to close the gaps here, so we should come up above this. So going above this, taking out the stops and then selling off is not a bad idea. The Astro hours, like I said, I've put in the members area. I'll just add a few of them here as well, actually, while I'm doing it. And here we are. All right, so we've got hours here, as you can see. Now, this was the first hour. I'm just doing the video now. This has already gone by, so I don't need to put anything here. If the market does come back down, we want to go up, and then we can think about selling as well, since today is also a swing day. Now, we have to be a bit careful today. The reason is after closing hours, there's going to be a special aspect happening, which most astrologers wouldn't know about. So that's going to be after the closing, but the market, it'll still influence the market. Okay. So at least we want to be pushing up. And like I said, it should take out this high, come into here. If the market sells off, to sell off again at the highs is not a bad idea. We can buy to go up there. But if we are at Astro hours, for example, if we're at Astro hours, for example, like down here in the morning, right? This is like, let's say 9 o'clock, 9:15 my time. If we're down, okay, then, buying is an option. Okay. But if we're up here in the middle range here, you see, this is the middle. Here is going to be the middle. So if you're here, right, the market might do this. Okay. And then say, well, according to that push from New York, we can come up into the daily put and we can sell from here. The market can also do that. Okay. And if that's doable, remember, we got zone to come down here. Now on the daily, this is where we can head down to 58, which is 2058. 2058 is there. All right, so I'm just going to put that in there. That's 2058. On the weekly, we haven't turned around yet. The market is still strong, as you can see. Okay, so we still have an uptrend. And down here on the price is 2050. So I want to keep that in mind, which we've been doing in any case. So 2050 is also down here, which is pretty much there. Okay, so we could be coming down to this zone here, which is the previous month's high. That's a strong low because of this move here on Tuesday. All right, so that's what we want to check it out. So if the market is still down, going up is not a bad idea at the Astro hours. But if we're up somewhere like here or slightly above, if the stops get taken out, let me just put this into a 1 hour chart. We want to be a bit careful because today is also a swing day for gold. All right, so be mindful. We could make a slightly higher high and then sell off as well. So, let's just not be lazy. Now, this is the 1 hour chart. Okay, so going up to take this out and then selling off looks reasonable to me. And we should be doing this at this bar here. All right, so that could be the zone. So if we dip down a little bit, going up is okay. There is room to come down here as well. So this is a good sell-off, okay, as you can see. The market breaking there, filling in the gaps. It is also a good level to go long, right? Because this is where the market took off as well. If you go to the daily chart, okay, we're here. We've got room to come down all the way to these levels to kind of like close the gap. So, but at the end of the day, the market is squaring out. So selling the highs, going a bit higher as well is not a bad idea. We've got Saturn line up here with Mercury. So heading up here is also an option. So just, be mindful and careful, right? If you're buying the lows to get up there and even higher into that zone to square out, it's logical, right? It's not illogical, it's logical. So what you want to do is do the time and the price together so you can at least cover the trade. So buying the lows in order to go up is like what it's not a bad idea. And like I said, selling the highs to go down is not a bad idea. If you do that at the Astro hours, you should get a reaction. Okay, so this is the previous day's low here. Okay, and the day before that was there. Right, so as you can see, we still have not breached that. We still haven't breached this. Okay, so until these are breached, this is still okay to be pushing up. Okay, so hopefully that helps, and that's going to be a target there into that zone. In fact, I'm going to leave it like this because this will be the place we want to be heading for if the market decides to fall down. Okay, let's take a look at the SP 500. Now, SP 500, remember, today is a swing day for the SP 500 and Wednesday was a swing day. If you take a look at Wednesday, okay, so this is Friday here, Thursday here. This is Wednesday here. All right, so Wednesday, the market was kind of a bit choppy. So it touched that Tuesday and had a big flop, but it kept going up. So this leads us to believe that maybe we're going to be going up today as well to a high and then sell off. Okay. Now this is 8:15 here. It's not just 8:15, but we also have a 9:44. Now 9:44 is important, and I tell you why it's important. We have to keep an eye on it. Yesterday, what gold did here was it was an aspect. It was right on this 9:15 here. Now, yesterday, that was an aspect which a lot of astrologers, the majority of astrologers, wouldn't even look at. Okay, but that was it. This is like very important. Same kind of thing now here today at 9:45 my time. So this is going to be important. So this is why I want to keep an eye out for this one, and it's an important aspect. Like I said, not a lot of astrologers pay attention to detail, but it's the details that really make things worthwhile. Okay, so this is going to be 8:15. Okay, 8 and 8:15, good. All right, so this is going to be the zone for us. Now, if we head up into 4,800 is still on the cards, as you know, on the weekly, but I've been saying this is the zone, like we're looking to sell from here, and the market is still going up, which is fine. It's got buyers, but you see it hasn't made any retracement. Look at that. So many days all closing higher, higher, higher. Okay. So the first week of January, this is going to be like, sell the heck out of me. And that's what we want to be ready for. Okay. So at the highs, today I won't be trading this one. I don't work on Fridays, as you know. But at the end of the day, if there's a good position, it's still, maybe you can push it up. If it comes down to the lows, going up is okay. But, I would just wait for this to just pan out and just wait for a sell opportunity in the first week of January. All right. So at the end of the day, the lows are here, as you can see, and the highs are here. So it still might go a little higher and muck around here, but seeing the market, is still around here. It didn't go and close above the Asia high. Leads me to believe there's some sales pressure, but there's no real price action to indicate a reversal. However, if you want to sell the highs, if it does get up there, 4,800 is okay. These are yesterday's highs. If the market goes up, sweeps the stops at an astro hour, and you want to sell, that's still legitimate in my point of view. Let's take a look at euro dollar. This is euro dollar, nice and easy. Yesterday also, beautiful push down right in there. Okay, so that was 10:14. This is in the morning. Now here, okay, this is 11:45. This is 12:45 my time. I didn't have anything at 12:45 yesterday, so that must have been like euro dollar specific. So I didn't have anything there. If you went up from here, you would have been okay. Why? Because at 11:33, remember I said that's on the radar because it's the monthly PST. Okay, so if you took that advice, that 11:33, you should have kept an eye out for it, and then it just collapsed. It broke down, as you can see. There's a breakout here, and that's that. Now there are some gaps here. If we go back up again, selling down I don't think is a bad idea at all. So any push up, I'm okay to sell. Also, if you take a look at your swing days, euro dollar is Friday, so Wednesday and Friday. This is Thursday. Look at Wednesday, a big whopper of a day. Remember, a swing day is a big day, so it's either going to like push up to a nice high, push down to a new low, or a decent low, or it's going to swing in the market. So when we're talking about a swing day, we're talking about a good day where the market should push. Same thing happened with gold yesterday, remember? And so taking the opportunity again, if it goes up into a swing up, selling it is not a bad idea. If we go up to retrace to sell, selling it down is not a bad idea. We should kind of like pop our heads down here. This thing from this low here, from the previous day low, see how the market pans out, because this might be a place where the market can actually buy in order to go up and then sell off. And that wouldn't be such a bad idea because you'll want to fill in the gaps. If I turn this into a 1 hour chart, so here is the 1 hour chart, as you can see. Okay, so we have a breakdown of this, but these swings, as you can see, that was a runner. And as you know, runners are tough, they're tricky. Also, it's a place where the target was. So no buying here was logical, and he's selling up here at the 11:33. Now that's the monthly, and it's been done. So a push up into here will give us an opportunity to sell off again. Okay. Okay, because this is where they sold off. And when they sold off, they broke that level down, closed below it, and that's all fine. Okay, so the market's got room to push further down. And also we should come into this zone. All right. When I say this zone, like the daily, the weekly pivot and down here. So we still have some room to do that. If the market goes up, I'm in favor of selling it on a 15-minute chart. This is how it'll look like. So you can set yourselves up like I do. Okay. Obviously no selling at the lows. All right. We don't do that. Let it come up and then sell off if you want. If you want to buy to go up to sell, you can also do that. Just be on top of your trade. Do it at the price and time and with money management, obviously. Now let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. All right, so we've got Dow Jones here as well. Remember, Dow Jones was Tuesday and Thursday. All right, so yesterday, Thursday, and that's the high made on Thursday. And that's today. So that's Thursday's high, as you can see, 10:30, all right? And that's pretty much it. We had 9:45 until 1 in the morning, and that was around here, there. So now with SP 500, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones, when they got swing days, we've got to take all of those swing days into consideration, right? So for yesterday, for example, SP 500, we had to take into consideration Thursday. Why? Because Thursday was a Dow Jones swing day. So, and I know sometimes it covers every day of the week, but that what can I say? It's just like astrologically, that's just how it is. Okay, so I'm not controlling the sky. But it does mean if we're at the highs, we should look for reversals. And this is why it's like, handy to know. So let's come to see what we can do. Now, as you know, the monthly is all broken out and like no really use in kind of like standing in front of it. So until we get a sign, you can wait for this one. As you can see, this is just huge. And the retracement should be pretty huge as well. So once it falls off, we should retrace back like this. It should be like a retracement as much as this. So if I say, for example, from here to here, it's 822,961. If 822,961, 822,961. So it's going to be somewhere around here, 822,961. All right, so we'll be around here, which will be 26,781. 26,781. Now that's according to, now. Okay, so we don't know when that's actually gonna turn, but once it does, it should be like kind of parallel to that, and then we should find ourselves down here somewhere, which is logical because it'll just close the gaps, and then we can start buying again. But until then, we should have like a downwards trend. This is an all-time high, so we're just gonna have to sit it out and wait for it. And like I said, I'm all in favor of the market selling off on the first week of January, because after the 26th, we should hit to the 5th, and 22nd, we should hit the 5th and the 6th. Let me just check the calendar on that. We had the 22nd, then it's the 2nd, 5th is Friday, 6th is Saturday. So we're looking at the 8th of January, the second week of January, when we should be looking at shorts as well. But next week, when the market is open, we can also look for shorts. Okay. So if the market goes up, I think looking at Astro hours to sell is not a bad idea. But I rather wait for a reaction or until, like I said, January, let the year begin. Okay, because we don't know where this is kind of going. NASDAQ, same kind of thing. yesterday, Nasdaq, I think it was Nasdaq was Friday and yeah, Wednesday and Friday. So that's Wednesday. Let's take a look at Wednesday. Okay, so this is Thursday. Wednesday didn't make much there. Thursday slightly higher. And as you can see, there's a bit of selling pressure here. So as you can see, the market understands this is just high. Okay. The support of the day is right there, 73, and we're right on it. Okay. So selling off is not a bad idea. 16,904. So look, selling this off at Astro location, 16904, 16904 is going to be right here. Okay, so this is the support. If it comes up into an Astro hour, selling is not a bad idea. Okay, I think it's an okay idea to do so. I wouldn't buy at these tops. Any indices buying, I think it's just like not worth it. You're either going to have to wait for a reversal sign or you're going to take a short on a smaller time frame at the Astro hours, and that's it. Bitcoin, I think it's the same kind of thing. As you can see, there's selling pressure from the highs. So if we go up, selling again is an option. But remember, the sell decision, like I've been saying all along, we need to break this first, and then an up move should sell off. So selling again this in the first week of January or the second week of January, starting on the 8th, is not a bad idea. Or the 5th or 6th of January, because this is open on the weekend. Selling is not a bad idea at all. Okay, but until then, just stay, bullish, because this is a triangle with higher lows, like I said yesterday, and it's tightening up. Okay, so it's a bit tricky. There'll be buyers wanting to get in there as well for a breakout, and that's also on the cards. So just do stuff at the Astro hours, okay? For Bitcoin, check out this, because the market's open, check out 3:40 a.m. my time, 3:40 a.m. my time. If it's up there somewhere, that might be an opportunity for the market to reverse if it's at the highs. If it's at the lows, then yeah, that's like we're going to have to be careful. If it's a low, because the market might start buying. So 10:40 in the evening my time and 3:40 Asia session, which will be Saturday my time.